You are about to see mutilated corpses, burning tank carcasses, and all out mayhem, brought to you by Frontline Fatalities.
Sup guys at Game Replays and YouTube! This is the 20th episode of Frontline Fatalities Season 2, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and my good friend Tommy! What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Fatal? Still just recovering from a weekend of epic live casts from the WmD Invitational, but it's nice to be getting back to doing some non-live casts.
Yeah.
De-stress casts.
De-stress cast, you don't have to worry about broadcasting and overlays and blah,
Yeah.
everything that went wrong and stuff. Well, I think it was
It went
fairly
pretty well,
successful.
I'd
Yeah.
say. It went pretty well.
It was very, very good, I think. Some of those, especially the semi-final games, were like such just epic sludge fix. It's like, oh my god, everything's dying everywhere.
Yeah, if you guys missed our live cast show, you can catch them in our videos. There's a playlist for like all... How many games did we cast? We casted like 15 games
Yeah.
over the 2 days. And so you can catch all of those there. Some are better than others. I mean, it's tournament games, and we just casted everything from the semis and the finals. So there are some, quick stomps, but even the quick stomps are pretty entertaining. So
Oh yeah, you can learn from them at least.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially DevM versus Aljaz. Those are mostly stomps, but they are really, really cool games.
There were a few games where Devem was really dominating Aljash, which was very surprising considering he's #1 everything on Automatch. But it's tournament games, everything is different, and there's tournament positions and there's no random positions, etc. So, I guess it is just not the same. But today we actually have another game from the WmD Invitational #4. This is not a semi or a final games, obviously, as they are all live casted already. We have a game between m3allem and Jim, which I do believe is round 1 of that tournament.
Yeah, this is a round 1 game, and I just caught a little bit of it on the broadcast from m3allem, and it looked insane. So that's why we picked it to cast today.
Yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to that. So as you can see, we do have Mitsakos, which is actually Jim, and he's playing in Wehrmacht in the north, and we do have m3allem in the south as the Americans. So you ready to go?
Ready?
Okay, I'll unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm wondering if we're going to see something fancy for Jim, or if he, when we casted his games against, was it Sandland in the finals of Modern Combat, he had like a set build order.
That's right, yeah.
Does he do that in VK as well in 1v1s? As everybody knows Jim, he's a very, very excellent 2v2 player, but as far as I know, he's only really gotten into the 1v1 bit of VK, lately with tournaments and stuff.
Well, I'll admit, this is the first time I've seen Jim play 1v1. I mean, actually play it against top players. And the fact that he was giving m3allem a hard time was really amazing to me, because m3allem, long-time 1v1 player, very, very strong. And, well, I mean, he was, they were trading blows, so that was quite something.
Yeah, just from the size of this replay, I know it's going to be a really, really good slugfest, and it's gonna be going on for quite a while, so it's probably gonna be a real battle of who actually wins this matchup, which we are completely unaware of. Some people actually commented on the live cast that you should not have the guy that's gonna win the round selected as like the guy you're watching, you're following during those games, but we never pre-watch anything at all, so we have no clue who's actually gonna win.
Can you just give me a quick time sync, Fatal? I just had to adjust my frap settings. It was recording at 60 FPS instead of 30.
Okay, it's 142, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and we do have Schwimmwagen out first for Jim. He's gonna go harassing or looking for some engineers on the left side here, but m3allem is actually gone for taking the munitions outside of his base. Something we discussed for both the Wehrmacht and the US players in our livecast during the semis and the finals. Do you go get that munitions point, or do you just skip it until later?
Well, generally speaking, I think, I mean, it does vary between players. I know DevM loves to do a 2-engineer start, and he does go and get it. I personally prefer to ignore it to begin with if I'm doing a 2-pyro or 2-engineer start, because it's just you're too lacking in field presence otherwise.
You have a little bit less capping power if you only do 2 pyros or 2 NGs, obviously, in the very, very early game. So you have to wait for your third unit to come out, the first units of the quarters or the barracks, to gain more capping power.
We have this interesting Shrim MG start that we've seen several players do on Semwa, and they try and go for that really fast pin, which can be devastatingly effective if you can pull it off. But m3allem is spreading out his units, so he's not going to be caught out.
He went around the wire that the pyro set up on the right side at the bridge there, so he went around with his second rifle squad, I do believe it was, or the first one, I'm not sure, to cap the VP, and he's now going to cap the munitions point at the same time that this little skirmish here. But m3allem is taking a lot of casualties from the pyros in the house, combined with the MG setting up on the other side of the river. So we do have the rifles here on the right side just capping away. It's going to be an annoyance for Jim to recap that. It's going to take very long, but the Schwimmwagen has actually spotted him. The question is if he's going to be able to raise the flag before the MG suppresses him. I think it's going to be no problem. He's going to take casualties now, though, with the bolts moving in on him as well. And he's actually forced to quit capping that point. Oh, he's actually catwalking.
He's still capping.
Oh.
Yeah, he did a little
catwalk away
trick there, yeah, to try and keep the majority of the men out of the line of fire, leaving just one to raise the flag. So
that's extremely outgunned.
That's going to take away Jim's big munitions income for quite a while. But yeah, I mean, his retreat path now is going to hurt him.
It's going to be terrible. Let's see, he's got
the
4
MG
men
setting
retreats.
up on the retreat path as well, so he's going to shoot him right in the back.
And he got a little bit stuck because the third guy on the MG crew is actually blocking the rifle squad. What is going on?
Oh no!
Oh no, he's down to 1 man. Oh, he actually retreats past the MG. He takes the, but he actually gets finished off by the Schwimmwagen. Very early loss for m3allem. A rifle squad at 4 minutes or so lost already.
That point around there, yeah, m3allem says stupid pathing, and that's right. That point around there can be really, really horrible for pathing. Actually, what I thought Jim might try and do there is actually wire the rifle squad in, because you can do that. Over here, you can wire off the little gap in the fence and the gap in the wall, and then they can't get out, and then you can kill them off. It's always fun.
Yeah, m3allem does not like being the underdog right now in this matchup here, losing a rifle squad so quickly compared to Jim, which lost what, like damage to his Schwimmwagen. That was basically it.
Yeah, no kills for m3allem yet, but several losses. There was a whole rifle squad, and there was 3 kills very fast off the other rifle squad that got caught near the house. So he's already down several men, and that's going to really hurt him as the game goes on in his build order and his teching. Because right now he's got 2 engineers and 3 rifles versus 2 Volks, an MG.
2 MGs, 2 Volks, and a Schwim.
Yeah, so he's just flatly outgunned now.
Yeah, any engagement, if Jim can really combine all of his troops out right now, it's just gonna be an automatic victory for Jim. So what is m3allem opting to go for now? Is he gonna rebuild his rifles, fast nades, or, you know, he's only seen the 1 MG as far as I know yet, so he's
he
chasing
is rebuilding
the Schwim
that
now.
rifle, yeah. He's gonna get himself these 4 rifles before he does anything else.
Oh, Schwimmwagen nicely retreats back to an MG, which is setting up. He's gonna suppress m3allem's rifle squad here, combined with the DPS from the Volks and the Schwim. He's gonna be forced to retreat. He should have retreated a long time ago. He's down to 3 men already. What is this? Is it gonna be a complete utter stomp fest?
Well, I think he was actually delaying to give the other rifle time, yeah, to get into the strong building there.
But Jim basically saw it. He relocated before the rifles got many shots off from that strong building that he garrisoned with it. And we do have a sniper out for Jim now as well, so that's probably the extent of his tier 1, and he should probably start ticking soon.
There were a series of headshots from Volks here. These rifles, they ran up to try and decap the VP on the road. They got caught out by the Volk squad, which was waiting for them in cover. and took 3 losses very, very quickly. So already huge manpower deficit for m3allem.
No, m3allem wanted to get in close range versus those Volks. He caught them out when they went past the church side, but he did see the MG setting up in the background, so he had to actually move back. So bars popped for m3allem now as well, so that's going to be his taking.
Bars are an interesting choice given the amount of manpower loss he's taken so far. But he has managed to retain decent map control. He's still got his whole half of the island, and he's managed to deny Jim that plus 16 munitions down in the south, that crucial plus 16 munitions, which is so important for their players. He's managed to keep him off it for almost the entire game, so Jim really can't have that much in the way of munitions.
Now Jim at the moment has a 27 income, and he's only floating 27 munitions as well as a total right now, so I think he's planted maybe a mine or so. But apart from that, there's a flamethrower upgrade on a Pioneer.
And that Flame of Pyre you were just speaking of just got caught out by some bars.
Yeah, completely caught out on the road there, exiting Jim's base. So nice play from m3allem, even though the early losses, to just flush Jim out of the map so he doesn't get map dominance in the early game here after losing so many men and a whole rifle squad. Oh, nice MG in the house, suppresses both squads. The third one was actually outgunned versus some Volks and a sniper coming up. So that forces m3allem completely off the field, except for another bar rifle squad taking Jim's cutoff outside of his base now.
Jim is playing this map quite strangely. He's playing it a little bit like Siberian, where Siberian actually chooses not to focus around his own cutoff, but he goes all the way up to the north here by this +5 field that's getting raised by the sniper, and prefers to camp around that until eventually going for the pin. There are lots of advantages of going for that side of Semwa, mainly the fact that it's really open, so MGs have a much easier time than they do down in the south, when you can really get caught up on all the buildings and hedges. But if you do go up to the north and you get forced off, then you have a very, very long retreat path and a very, very long way to come back onto the field. So if you can maintain forward momentum, it's great. But one big push from US and it can really be lights out for you.
Yeah, and we did have, I do believe m3allem must have gone infantry, because I can swear I could see his rifles planting mines now. And there's a lot of mines from m3allem.
Yeah.
And no sweeper on the second Pio. Oh, there's one of Jim's mines, however. Completely obliterating that rifle
squad. The Shrim's gonna hit that mine.
Oh! Oh wow, it's very damaged though. The MG is trying to get a burst off. It kills one of the men. One guy left in the rifle squad from m3allem. It's going to run the gauntlet, it seems. Another mine goes off on the first unit out of tier 2 from Jim, which is a grenadier squad, damaging them severely down to 60-70% health. And the pin is actually quite in effect right now. The strategic points outside of the American base is neutral, and there's an MG combined with a sniper and Volks to guard it.
Yeah, this is a very bad position now for m3allem. He's got there's MGs on both sides of the Semwa bridges and rivers, so he could very soon find himself stranded on his side of the island, if you like, and that's going to be a really bad position, especially because he's opted to go for the supply yard. So eventually going for some, he's eventually going to be going for some vehicles, I suppose, rather than a WSC, which might have helped him a little bit more, especially now that we've seen tier 2.
Yeah, counter snipe or a mortar maybe, that would have been pretty good, especially breaking the Semwa pin outside of his base here, which is completely in effect. It's going to suppress these rifles. They actually managed to get past through a whole MG burst. The second burst does suppress them, however, but the base MG nest is also suppressing the Volks, which are now pinned.
Yeah, it's a weird thing about Semwa, actually. It's always more difficult to actually decap that cutoff point for Wehrmacht than it is for US to decap the Wehr cutoff. Because if you look at the distance between the base MG and its range on each side, you'll notice that the base MG, the US base MG, can almost reach the cutoff, and it can prevent wire going down on the bridge, as you can see it did just there. But on the other side, the MG bunker is fucking miles away from the cutoff.
It's not even close.
Yeah, and you can easily wire that off. So if you start in with reversed positions, then it's a much easier time for Wehrmacht in terms of wiring off the cutoff and getting a pin in place.
More mines going down in the center at the crossroad, where one of the mines actually went off on James's troops, and is replacing a new mine into the crater there. And there's been a lot of mines placed from both players, something that you really see in tournaments, because as most of the experts say, mines can really win you games. If you get an early damaged or destroyed engine on the first M8 or Puma out or something, it completely destroys the shock value of that unit.
Yeah, definitely. It's they're very, very crucial. We've seen already that they've been put to great use here.
Well,
We've
nice
got a bit of a
MG
flank
fleet
coming
from... Might be a nice MG fleet from Jim here, if he can get it up. He's actually trying to soft pedal away because of Flamer Pyros to reinforce his very damaged Grens.
He's got a sniper, a flamer, and a Volt coming in to reinforce him. So he's going to be in a pretty good shape there, I think. Campcraft Center is now up from Jim, so it looks like he's going to be sticking in the Tier 1, Tier 2 phase for quite a while, which could actually work very well against m3allem, who seems to be anticipating Tier 3 and has opted to go for a motor pool and is now waiting for the field to get himself an M8.
Yeah, at least M8 is gonna have some value for m3allem being a harassment unit, killing Volks and capping walls all over the map. If you can stay away from the pack was the second unit out of Tier 2 from Jim, and the third one being this half-track, which is now reinforcing his strong position on the right side here. But m3allem's doing a good job hiding behind little hedge there from the MG, which he knows is somewhere in the backfield of Jim's front line there. He knows it's there somewhere, he saw it before and it was soft pedaling away. And we do have a Grenadier, second Grenadier out from Tier 2 from Jim as well. This might be a nasty engagement from both players. There's two bar squads here, but there are a lot of Wehrmacht forces combined with the MG, which gets one burst off and suppresses one of the rifles. The other rifle is green cover, but it actually eventually gets suppressed, forcing m3allem completely off the field on the right side, so Jim can regain all the territory on that side of the map. But Jim is also forking out on the left side. There's some decapping of the strategic point. He got the VP in his hands, and due to the stalling of the two rifles on the right side, he still actually has VP pressure on Jim now, with two VPs compared to Jim's one VP in the center. The center being very mined off by Jim, however. It's going to be very hard, I think, for m3allem to regain that territory.
Yeah, Jim's playing this quite risky sort of, you know, spread out your forces and try and take and hold everything kind of strategy, and
oh! Did you see that Gren grenade on the strong house in the north? It killed 4 guys. I just panned over there and saw all the XP pop out of the building. Oh, he might actually lose this to the sniper. He gets out of the half-track and gets the killing shot on the retreating rifle. Excellent play from Jim.
Nice.
He's really on top of his game.
He just jumps out the half-track, whips up the rifle. Boom. Here comes the M8 now, though.
There is a pack on the field. It is hiding just outside of Jim's cutoff. He does see the the M8 with his half-track, and he instantly starts to move the pack. Jim is really on top of his game when it comes to micro, I must say.
Vet 1 infantry for Jim as well.
Gonna give him some nice regen for his Volks and Grenadiers. He has 2 Volks and 2 Grens still, so veterancy for his infantry is not a bad idea at all. He could even go for support vet, because both of his starting Pyos are still alive as far as I'm aware. He has 2 Pyos, one of them a flame squad, and he has 2 MGs and a sniper, which are all affected by the support vet. This is one of the things we also, next time we do Expert Insight episode, if you guys missed that, I think it's episode 17 and you can find it here on the Frontline Network in the video section. We did a triple cast with Seb, good old Seb, and he commented on Wehrmacht veterancy, and I'm always interested to see that, because some people, I think, you know, Siberian rather go for more units instead of veterancy, and some people like go all out on veterancy, and, you know, basically Seb's take on it was get the cheap veterancy. The veterancy 1 across the board is very cheap and very fast to research. Doesn't cost you much fuel or manpower, so, you know, get it all.
And it really is worth an awful lot. The Vet 1 is always so useful. It's generally the most useful one in terms of cost efficiency. You know, you get free health regen, you know, passive health regen is always awesome, and
some survivability on your vehicles as well and stuff. Pumas
more
especially.
Effective MGs, but we could see the death of MGs. There goes an MG. Got a bit stuck again. Pathfinding, leading to the death of a unit there once again.
At the same time, on the right side of the map, one of the bar squads was caught out by an MG behind the husk of the Schwimmwagen, and the MG actually lived. It's fairly healthy for being one man, but here comes the bar squad. It's going to catch him on the retreat. He's trying to soft pedal away. He does have one of the Volk squad and a Pyo flamer there as well to back up his very damaged MG now. I don't think Jim can really afford losing another MG.
He's really getting chewed up by these Vet 2 Volks and Flamer there.
Yeah, doing a good job there. He was in heavy cover at all time, and the rifles tried to close the distance, taking a lot of casualties on the way there.
16 kills on Jim's sniper.
you know, it's been popping around
That's
a little
more
bit
than I
here and
thought.
there, but I was not expecting 16 kills. That's a lot. There's an MG bunker now, very sneakily hidden behind a tree at the right-hand side VP. Can you see that? If you just
I
look,
see that, yeah.
yeah, if you just look in just one angle, you can't actually see it at all. The whole bunker is actually covered by the tree there.
So that's interesting. He really wants to go for the sort of the VP squeeze on m3allem, who is now upgrading to the first supply yard level, which is interesting. He's been struggling to get kills with his rifles due to pretty good MG play from Jim so far, but of course he has now lost an MG. So his rifles, his bars, will hopefully have a bit more room to run around and get kills against these Grens and Volks.
Yeah, another pack is built for Jim out of tier 2. That's gonna make him have 2 packs actually instead of 1. And he's really only seen the one M8, so I'm not sure if 2 packs are overkill. I think Jim wants to be able to cover the right and the center at the same time without having to move his pack around. But I'm thinking he could have gotten a Shrek maybe instead.
It may be that as he's gone for Vet 2 infantry, he wants to keep his Grens, his pure anti-infantry, and leave the packs for the anti-tank. So he gets 2 of them, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's 290 manpower that he's not going to be able to really use, as there's only one M8 on the field, and so far it's not done anything too dangerous, and its window of opportunity has basically gone now. So it's pretty much relegated to harassment.
Jim now floating 5 CPs, nothing special for Jim. This is something we have seen in both his 2v2 matches and in the Modern Combat tournament. He's always floating a lot of CPs, and sometimes, you know, it could be good if you really need to make a snap decision somewhere and pick a doctrine due to one specific engagement, so that means that you win or not lose the game at least. Oh, flavored pyros!
The M8 actually, it just managed to dodge 2 pack hits in a row, 3 pack hits in a row.
Wow, that's a lucky M8. Oh, he
The
gets
fourth one
shot though.
does eventually hit, but a very, very lucky M8 to get out of there with his life. He got tied up behind the building there, and the pack opened up. And I thought that thing was surely going to be toast, but it did manage to survive.
Oh.
And a Volk. No, is that a Gren?
A Gren went down.
Oh, the Gren goes down.
It retreated.
That's expensive.
m3allem has been planting these double mine setups, most likely against, you know, an upcoming Puma or some sort of vehicle. And the Grens actually hit one of the mines, and then the rifle squad managed to polish them off, which were harassing the fuel point outside of Jim's base. So good map harassment from both players.
Yeah, m3allem's actually managed to steal Jim's fuel. It's a bit late in the game for the cap on the fuel to be worth a whole lot, but it's still useful, and especially good for things like keeping his pop down.
Nice large engagement here from m3allem using his flame range. They took most of the flag from the Grens and the sniper, but he's moving in with 3 bar squads at the same time, just against this hat track. Wow, flame range actually goes down on retreat to Jim's sniper, now up to 20 kills. That's a very impressive sniper. He killed 2 squads on retreat right now.
Yeah, it was pretty unlucky that he lost that whole flame range. These rifles are actually finding themselves a bit
wired
funneled now by wire, yeah.
And there's
Their
mines.
retreat path is going to be quite nasty here. They're going to be retreating over a mine and through all these units. Now, Vet 3 Volks as well. Vet 3 infantry isn't an upgrade that we see very often, but it looks like Jim is opting to go very heavy on the infantry veterancy this game.
Yeah, maybe, you know, his main idea is just to stick in tier 2 and build up a massive Ren army. That could work.
Maybe,
against
especially
bars,
while
it's
m3allem isn't getting the textbook counter, which would be snipers by this point.
Ooh, mines going off all over the place. Flame range on the right side hit a mine, and they're down to 1 man, 2 men. Very low health though, but the Volks were down to 2 men. Only 2 rifles being able to shoot at the retreating flame ranges, so they survive. The pack in the center now.
This could be the end of the M8. This could be the end of the M8 dip.
He doesn't know where to go. He wants to go back from where he came. He gets behind the hedge, and the pack actually misses the 3rd shot. That was lucky.
There's a Volk and a pack waiting for him, though. Now that I made it post.
He has to go out. Yeah, the cloak shot hits instantly. Takes out the M8 from m3allem now, down to, what does he exactly have? His 4 rifles?
He's got 4 rifles and 1 flamer. His rifles are all a bit beaten up, and only one of them has any veterancy. And you know, having only a single Vet 1 rifle and the rest all Vet 0 against Vet 3 infantry,
Yeah.
it's going to be very, very difficult for him to get any veterancy without killing a vehicle with stickies or killing huge squads with grenades. But even that, you know, grenades are good against Vet 2 infantry because they totally ignore elite armor, but Vet 3 gives them a 20% health boost. So they become not invulnerable to grenades, but the grenadiers will be able to eat a grenade to the face and not lose any men. So yeah, it's gonna be tough for m3allem right now, especially going up against such a diverse army from Jim, and all he has is rifles. Oh no, it's a 105. On map 105 has been constructed.
Yeah, it's been constructed. I saw it in the base before. It is shooting at the Grens.
Wow! Go down.
Oh, he detonates another mine from Jim. Actually, the first shot from the howitzer.
It was chasing Gren as he retreated.
Chasing Grens and detonating mines everywhere. Oh, the church takes a huge beating, opening up half of the church on the side there. Oh, it blows up the doors as well.
m3allem has something against religion, I think.
I think so. Must be. Let's see.
Fresh
we do
M8
have 2 fresh M8. Okay, so he rebuilt that one. 2 bar rifle squads moving in on the right side. There is only the pack there guarding, which killed the M8 before. But obviously there's the MG bunker covering the VP, so he can't grab that. But he can grab the territory, which it seems like he's gonna go. The second rifle squad might go for the VP and get a nasty surprise from this MG bunker. Yeah, there it goes. It opens up, suppresses the rifles instantly. m3allem trying to soft retreat out of that situation. At the same time, at the cutoff, what just happened at the cutoff? Oh, MG and half-track combo.
Yeah, an MG suppressed all of m3allem's units, forced him into a full retreat there. He was never going to make any ground there, and I think Jim is going back for the proper pin now. He's going to be setting up that MG in a strong house there, covering the cutoff. And still no snipers from m3allem, so he's going to have a very hard time dislodging snipers from MGs from buildings at this stage in the game.
This bar rifle squad was very nicely microed from m3allem. He was capping the fuel. He saw the MP40 Volks closing in on him, so he instantly stopped the action of capping the fuel, so he could use all the firepower from his bar squad and actually win that engagement against Vet 3 Volks with MP40s. They just couldn't close the distance fast enough against the bar rifles.
Oh, m3allem's units all get caught up by the same MG once again, all suppressed at his cutoff. He's got an M8 to try and dislodge it, and now he's got the on-map 105 firing on the building. But actually, that's probably not going to be enough to kill it, but he has managed to thread the needle now with an engineer flamer. Has managed to creep through the gap, and is now flaming out that MG from the building.
Jim, you need to get out of the building. He gets out of the building. Here's the retreat from the MG. It might survive unless a lucky howitzer shot kills him on retreat. Oh, whoa, that was very close.
That was very close. Really homing.
Homing missile 105 howitzer shoots, yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Grenades now teched from m3allem, so he's going to try and use those to get a few kills on some lightly wounded Grens.
Yeah, he needs some nice grenade kills to net him some rifle veterancy. That's going to be good for m3allem.
And there's a fuel OP set up by m3allem as well, so I think we might be seeing an eventual tank depot.
Ooh, nice. Let's see,
But
have a
the
look
triple
in Jim's
VP
base.
pass is hurting him.
Nothing new in Jim's base. He's still sticking to tier 2. It's been working for him so far this matchup, so why not? Here comes the M8 to harass the guarding Grens at the top VP, while the very damaged 4-man rifle squad is capping it. Jim was sticking around for a little bit, but eventually decides to retreat that grenadier squad, and he takes 1 casualty on the retreat from the M8 there. 3 kills on a new M8, but it does have 2 packs to tango with, so it can't go everywhere it wants. Here comes some flame ranges. They do have to take a lot of damage, closing the distance on the Volks. Forced retreat after just a half a flame burst on them.
Jim's got such good map control right now. He's got almost the entire middle section as well as his own side of the river.
105 howitzer shooting on something.
Yeah, whoa,
oh,
it's
the
firing
sniper.
very close to that sniper. Whoa, that sniper has barely any health. Was lucky to get away with his life.
Seriously close that howitzer shot on that sniper. He should have killed him there. That means that the rifles can move a little bit more with ease through the center now. He tries to come in from the north at the same time, but hits a mine instantly, so he's only got the 1 bar squad against a Gren and 2 Volks, 1 with MP40s, which are now closing in on the bar rifle. It does get Vet 2 for killing the Vet 3 Volks.
That's pretty good. Vet 2
oh,
is
nice
good.
grenade!
Nice grenade, but it doesn't kill very much. Kills 1 man. Nicely dodged by Jim.
casualties for both players here with this small engagement. He does have the two
Double
flame
flame
ranges
is
moving
moving
in
in,
now.
though. This could take down the Grens pretty quick.
And Jim did decide to go for a Shrek on one of his gun squads, the surviving squad. I do believe he'd never rebuilt his second... Yeah, he did rebuild his second squad. So he has two Grens, one with Shrek, and there's the second one moving into the center as well. MG opening up on the Flamer engines in the house. And obviously they cannot retaliate on that MG, because it's way too far away.
Still flames opening up everywhere though, burning Volks to the ground. Those double flamers really putting a lot of hurt there.
He's gonna need to get out of that building soon though. He's down to one man. It's got one vet stripe. He wants to keep and preserve that veterancy for as long as he possibly can. 105 out,
opening
sorry.
up once again.
Must be on MG.
It's almost, yeah, almost certainly on the MG. I think that was an undershoot.
Maybe. Yeah, it was.
Yep.
The second shot actually hits exactly, pinpoint accuracy. Sadly, the MG moved out of the way way sooner than that shell actually landed.
Sniper is now out from m3allem. It'll be interesting to see how he uses it because it's come quite late. I know some players might try and wait for ages to try and get the counter snipe, but when you're going up against vet 3 Grens and you're sort of lacking rifle vet, what he needs to do right now is just start sniping.
Just start working on Jim's troops.
Obviously being careful not to get counter sniped himself, but he really does need to just start plugging away, and that's what he's doing right now. He's sniping from relative safety, from actually across the river.
All the way across the river, he took a shot on one of the Grenadier squads, making them 3 men instead of 4. A large force now of m3allem moving out of his base. 1 Flamer NG and 3 bar rifle, one of which is vet 2. He forces off all the infantry from Jim in the center. He's just gonna keep going. He needs to start some form of a snowballing effect here. MP40 bolts on the right side.
Yeah, but charging. m3allem's in very close range with the MP40s. Unless he throws a grenade, he's probably going to lose this engagement. He's taking a lot of damage. Those nasty stationary MP40s really chewing him up.
At the same time in the north we have an off-map on the MG and the Shrek Grens, and Jim does not notice. I think he's microing on the right side. Oh, huge first shot, takes out 2 of the crewmen on MG. Second shot decrews it completely. But the Shrek Grens made it out of the barrage before it came down on them. They are taking casualties to the bar rifles though. There's the enemy sniper again. Jim's sniper is back on the field and his half-track is actually upgraded to a Stuka.
Ooh, Stuka. There's something that you don't see every day in a 1v1.
Now, it's very rare to see the Stukas, I think. Whoa!
That's the on-map opening up this time.
Forces the Grenadiers to retreat, forces the pack to relocate. The sniper runs to safety as well as the Stuka. He's not going to hit anything valuable up there. Everything was very nicely dodged by Jim. He retreated everything he needed to retreat and he moved away with the rest of his squads. 8 CPs now for Jim. He just needs to choose something, I think.
Wow.
Panther out.
At this point, I mean, he's managed to survive this long with no doctrine, so it would be silly to do anything except terror, I think, by this point.
Mine's going down at the center VP, with m3allem now down to 150 VPs and a Panther out for Jim. This is just spelling disaster for for m3allem, I think.
Yeah, it's very, very tough. And actually, m3allem just built a second sniper, so he has 1 AT gun, but it's not really enough to tackle a Panther, especially if it gets vet 1.
Knights cross out from the tier 4 in Jim's base as well, so he skipped tier 3 completely. Vet 3 Knights cross and Panthers now. He just needs some veterancy on his Panther and he's gonna be good, I think. Only 1 AT gun to combat that Panther. Does m3allem have stickies yet?
m3allem, I think he may have upgraded stickies quite early on when we saw he was placing those double mines, preparing for the Puma. Before Jim started getting all the veterancy in, I think he was wary.
Sniper really going to town on the MP40 Volks, trying to decap the middle VP there. They do get the neutral off before the sniper can stop them. He's down to 3 men though. The sniper's moving into position, maybe to take another shot. Nope. He's gonna play it safe and not get counter-sniped. Where is the Axis sniper, however? It's at where the off-map came down before.
Stuka's.
Ooh, Stuka.
Stuka's opening up.
It's gonna be an AT gun probably.
AT gun and sniper very close together.
Oh! Whoa!
Wow, those rockets land very close to the Allied snipers. One of them landed directly on top of the Allied sniper. 2 rockets landed directly on top of the Allied sniper, but barely scratches him.
Barely damaged them at all. That Stuka is very lackluster for that accuracy
Well,
of
the
the
thing
missile.
is, Stuka is really good AT, but anti-infantry is very mediocre.
Yeah, very dodgy sometimes. You can get a straight hit and still roll a miss somehow. Oh wow, the church is almost already down. It's very low building health on it. And the Panther's actually shooting at it, combined with the Shrekguns. They do take one loss from the bar rifles in the church, and m3allem sees that the church is about to go down and exits it. On-map howitzer on the Panther! Takes out one of the Grens, forces the sniper to retreat as well. Oh, destroys a mine.
Yes, detonated. Always good to clear some mines ahead of yourself. But that Panther is barely going to be scratched. Even from a direct hit from the 105, it would barely be scratched.
One bar rifle and engineers in the south trying to cut the wire. They are focused fired by the grenadiers. Take one quick loss, but they do get the wire cut. But m3allem is not moving over the bridge. Here we go. Now he's moving over. He wants to go in a little bit closer than that, especially with his flamers against these Grens. Here comes the KCH though and the Volks.
Ooh, KCH is so vicious. They could really rip up these rifles. But the rifles are actually kind of ripping them up. Those Vet 2 rifles, very accurate. Whoa! Take down to the KCH, down to just one man. Very low health. He could even lose a squad here if he gets focus fired.
Oh, nice grenade on Volks. Forces them to retreat as well. He actually wins that engagement against a Vet 3 Gren, Vet 3 Knight's Cross, and a Vet 3 Volk squad. And he wins with a flamer crit on one of the KCH guys and a Vet 2 bar squad. That was very impressive from m3allem.
That was insane. And those KCH, they really give up a lot of XP when they start to go down. So Jim has to be very careful how he uses them. KCH can be very useful against this kind of unit composition of AT guns and snipers, but you really have to make sure that you don't send them into battle against vetted rifles where you're just going to end up facing a horde of Vet 3 rifles.
Oh no, rifle goes down in the north at the +5 fuel there to the MP40 Volks. m3allem was not aware. He was too busy trying to kill this Panther, but at the same time, Jim is not paying attention to his Panther at all. It's down to about 15% health before he starts backing up now. Oh, he takes another penetration to the front, down to 5% health. He skirts around the building, barely surviving.
There's off-map going down on the Shrekgrens, capping the cutoff point down here in the south.
Whoa, splash, it goes in the water.
Oh! God, it's a money shot and a half. They drop a Shrek as well. The full squad is down.
Wow, on-map firing as well at the same time. Oh, and the sniper! It actually kills the sniper as well! Wow.
This is a real arty party. And, well, it's super effective, as they say.
Oh yeah, indeed. Jim is not pleased. Getting bullseye like that.
Down by KCH and Grens, though. This could be really nasty unless he does some M8 pushing.
Yeah, he really needs to push the Grens and KCH, especially KCH out of cover there. Oh, he actually forced the retreat on the Grens and the KCH as well, just after the decrewed AT gun, however. And m3allem really needs that AT gun because that Panther is getting repaired by one Pyro squad on the right side, which is now going over to guard that cutoff point as well.
Now, even though KCH have heroic armor, so they don't go down to a single snipe shot, if you have double snipers, they're actually still reasonably effective against KCH. Or I should say probably half as effective versus KCH, because if you just use attack move with your snipers, then they'll select 2 different targets. So they'll shoot 2 different KCH members, and you won't kill anyone. But if you tell them to both attack the same member, they will kill it in one volley. And obviously that's a third of the firepower and a very expensive reinforcing cost for the Axis player. So that's one way to deal with KCH if you do have snipers.
Yeah, KCH being one of the most expensive squads to reinforce in COH. You know, the only real thing that comes close to it is Airborne and Rangers, I guess.
Yeah, they're very expensive, very powerful though. Vulcan B40s did a great job there. 31 kills now of clearing out those rifles, trying to cap the VP. And actually, look at the VPs. m3allem's down to 89, and he's about to have the pressure applied to him once again, if he can get the cap.
KCH forces off a flamer, NG, and a rifle in the north at the same time. He did not get that 5 fuel there, and there's the Panther working on the capping flamer NGs on the right side as well. He gets 1 snipe off, second shot misses however. And now KCH are coming in from behind the church in the middle. There are double snipers on the M8 there to harass them and stop them.
Oh, very nice M8 pushing there.
Yeah.
It does force a retreat.
Instant retreat from Jim. Jim's forces are very slowly and steadily getting chewed up by m3allem's infantry.
But is it too little too late? I mean, look at the VPs.
89 VPs,
all
yeah.
Jim has to do is take one VP, slap an MG bunker down on it, and it's unlikely that m3allem would be able to kill it in time to prevent loss through VPs. So very, very tough. There's actually a bar there, which he really ought to pick up with his Vet 2 rifle.
He lost it on the Vet 1 rifle, which had a Shrek. They were trying to cap the middle VP, got a Stuka barrage on them, instantly retreated from m3allem. But one guy goes down on retreat and drops a bar. At least he retained the Shrek, I guess.
Yeah, keeping the Shrek is going to be huge, I think. If this game does go on...
Nice grenade on the Grens!
Yeah, look at those guys. They just eat the grenade for breakfast.
Stuka now going down on AT gun. And the sniper... Oh, it does decrew it. Does not damage the gun too severely, though.
I just sort of get the feeling that Neville's would be fulfilling the task that Jim wants his Stuka to fulfill, but much more effectively.
And cheaper as well, I think. You know,
yeah,
it costs a lot
the
of
Stuka
munitions
is
to
a very
upgrade.
expensive upgrade, to say the least.
But he doesn't have the tier 3 building, so I guess he takes what he can get.
Yes, indeed. He's going tier 1, tier 2, tier 4, which is more of a defensive style technique, especially with the med bunker, but I guess he's still floating CPs.
10. Almost 11 CPs now.
CPs.
And as you said
that
before,
would be
I was
enough to get himself an instant KT if he really wanted to.
Yeah, I was thinking what you said before, that he could go, you know, if covering the middle VP with a bunker, for example. Jim could get really cheeky and just, you know, build an MG bunker, and then just to solidify his position even more, he just go defensive with the defensive bunkers, and just like, yep, that's gonna take you at least a minute just to destroy the bunker with an AT gun. And you won't be able to cap the VP there. But Jim is still not in possession of the middle VP. He tries valiantly over and over again, but he just can't catch a break. And these snipers now really starting to bed up.
Sniper could be in trouble here. He's got the other sniper waiting to take a pod shot.
Takes one shot to the chest, but the KCH guy just keeps running.
Ooh, Vet 3 rifles are hit.
Oh!
One sniper goes down to the KCH, but these Vet 3 rifles could do some damage, could do some real damage to these KCH on retreat.
Oh, no, he doesn't manage to get a kill.
Down somewhere.
Off map.
Oh, it's coming down on the pack in the north here. And Jim's moving it around cloaked. Wow, he's just dodging those shells.
It's very lucky. He did do some gardening with that off map, however. He did destroy some hedges, but the pack still lives. Here's the Vet 2 bar rifle. He found the pack, decloaked it, and now he's trying to decrew it as well. The KCH are moving out of the base from Jim, though. The Panther is backing off slowly and steadily. Here comes the KCH. Let's see if he can get some kills on these rifles before they decrew. The pack is decrewed, and there's the retreat instantly. And is that an on map on the Panther? That was an on map.
That's an on map on the Panther, yeah. m3allem is really beginning to expand his territory. I mean, look at it. I mean, we've got Jim practically is now the one pinned in his base. And actually, I think we've seen the first use of an OMCG here because we've got a vanilla rifle, vanilla M8, a mortar, and an AT gun just came on. So OMCG says given m3allem 2 AT guns, which is easily enough to handle a single Panther. And a pack is stolen in the north.
Oh, there it is. He did find it after the off-map, and he decided to steal the weapon. Why not? Well, I think we asked Seb this as well. Yeah, always steal them. Always.
Yeah, always steal them. It's like, you know, one extra unit in your army. Why the hell wouldn't you steal it?
Yeah, it's free weaponry. Free AT gun and mortars and MGs and everything. For a small cost of reinforcing, what, 3 men generally? So, yeah. Why the hell not? Double Stukas now. Magically missing every single squad that m3allem had in the center. Missed the mortar, missed the bar rifle, missed the AT gun, missed everything. That was very disappointing. Stuka barrages. Oh no!
On the Panther. This could be lights out now.
The Panther doesn't actually know where to go anymore. It takes another rare armor hit from the AT gun. Where is he going? Behind the hedge? Oh, destroyed engine! But he's almost behind the hedge. The AT gun just needs to get an angle.
Outside of the line of sight.
But there's a second AT gun that started shooting at him from across the river. No!
He gets the kill.
The mortar! Oh,
Vet 2 mortar. It has a single kill, but it got Vet 2.
That's juicy. Vet 2 mortar in 1 kill. Oh! Volk actually goes down, I think, to the sniper from m3allem, the living sniper, Vet 2 with 11 kills now. Flamer now, and the M8 is also circumstrafing. All of a sudden, Jim finds himself the one with a lack of AT.
Yeah, this is very bad. Losing that Panther was... we have a Shrek upgraded now.
Oh, that's nice. Good soft counter at best, though.
Pack's still getting chased. Vet 3 pack, no less.
Whoa.
But it does go down.
Shotgun Stuka barrage on the Flamer NGs. Oh, there's a huge mine, and there's a Shrek shot on the M8.
That's unlucky.
Was he baiting him? Jim must have been baiting him there, because he didn't take a shot with the Shrek. He just mowed it around, or either that or with the AI doing silly things. Oh no, this Vet 2 sniper.
Could be in trouble now.
Oh, no lucky shots from the bursts.
Yeah, as he ran across the negative cover road, the KCH were reloading.
Yeah, very, very bad timing for reloading there, Mr. KCH guys. But they're now moving into the center, and all of a sudden m3allem has nothing to defend his support weapon, so the mortar is forced to retreat, and the AT gun is forced to backpedal as well.
We have an off-map being used on some Volks here. m3allem's trying to finish off this 31 kill squad. He gets 1 kill. There's the other
man. I just
whole Volk squad goes down. Body parts flying everywhere.
On map
and
on the
Jim's
center VP.
Gets a little bit smaller.
Oh yeah, he's lost a lot of units. He's down to 6 units now, 2 of them KCH and 2 of them Stukas. So he's only got 1 Gren and a Pio squad, except for those 4 squads. Nice Gren grenade on the right-hand side, takes out some rifles, but the Shrek Grens are forced to retreat when down to 1. Whoa, Stuka! Wow, finally double Stukas opening up, or was that a single one?
That was a single Stuka, but that was definitely more effective than what we've seen so far, killing off the ATG crew and a full rifle squad there. Luckily, it was, I think it was one of the OMCG rifles, and it had no veterancy. So no huge loss, but the loss of an ATG will hurt if Jim starts to get more tanks from his tier 4.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Jim is building at the moment. He's building more infantry from his creek barracks, more Grens are being produced. 13 CPs now for Jim. He really loves
13.
playing without a doctrine, I guess.
When you're having this many Grens, it makes no sense not to choose Terra early on. I mean, you know, I can understand. Oh, that's not good.
Sniper goes down. One of the unvetted one, however. m3allem must have rebuilt his second sniper after losing the first one, so it was unvetted. The Vet 2 sniper is still alive somewhere, I do believe. It's moving into the center with 13 kills now.
Yep,
on rifles.
Shrek for the Vet 2 rifles to pick up.
Oh god, no. That's not good. Oh, Stuka's trying to block him! Oh, no, he gets it.
He does get it. This could be nasty, actually, if he chucks a sticky and a Shrek on that Stuka.
m3allem never attempted to do that. I didn't see the animation at least, so... Oh. Nice grenade. These Grens are really getting shoot up. It's down to 2 men already.
That Stuka's up shit creek now. He could be going down.
Shrek and AT gun.
And Shrek, yeah, closing in.
The other one is, at least the other one is on the other side of the river, so, you know, he could potentially hide behind a building or hedges or something.
Off map going down somewhere. He's going down on the MG bunker, covering the VP.
Oh, Stuka going on AT gun, destroys the weapon permanently. Not recrewable anymore, and with the 2 KCA squad moving out of the base, this Shrek rifle squad is actually in trouble. If Jim decides to pursue it, it drops a bar, it goes down to 1 man. No, there's a KCH in the center as well.
KCH on his retreat path.
Oh, on map on the center VP. And there goes the Vet 2 rifle.
That's a Vet 2 rifle, you can't afford to lose those. The Vet 3 rifle, though, is still alive and is currently chilling out in the north, not doing very much killing. He could probably use that more effectively down in the middle, where he has a lot of KCH squads to be dealing with.
Maybe he's a little bit afraid of losing it. And it's pretty good, you know, having a Vet 3 rifle squad on its own. At least it can hold its own with grenades and stickies. So, you know, it's a good fighting force. It's going to go up against some vanilla Vet 3 Grenadiers now. Let's see who wins. Jim basically instantly starts to backpedal. Oh, look at the damage, even on the move. He's just melting the health out of those Grenadiers.
We really need to see a doctrine choice, though, from Jim soon.
14.
If he wants to, yeah, 14 CPs. It's just ridiculous.
It's crazy. Stuka's opening up on the center most likely, on the AT gun and all of the infantry here. Oh, nice first hit, takes a load of damage on some Flamer NGs, gets 2 kills. Oh, one of them an AT gun crewman. What is he doing? Where's this AT gun going? Oh no!
He called in the OMCG and that was the point. That
oh! Broken arrow kills one of the KCH actually from the second Stuka barrage.
Oh, that's not good.
These unvetted rifles gonna have a hard time. Oh, nice grenade on the KCH though.
Well dodged by Jim.
He just needs to stop the KCH and start grinding down the health on those unvetted rifles. Wow, they actually get another kill. Oh, and the sniper now helping as well. Oh, it's gonna force the KCH to actually leave, and the center VP is yet again whited. It's neutral. But there is a KCH in the center.
Down now.
Nothing really to protect him against the pursuing KCH squad. There was an unvetted rifle squad, and Jim decided against it. He was too close to the base MGs, I guess. Even though Vet 3 KCH can just run in MG nest
I'm pretty
fire
sure they don't
forever.
actually get, like, I think Vet 3 Grens in yellow cover will never, ever, ever get suppressed.
That's silly.
By a 30 cal. By a 30 cal, that is.
Ah, okay. I think he has 2 bars on that Grenadier squad, which is retreating from the center now.
Ooh,
Vet 3 double bar Gren.
That
even
sounds pretty scary.
Even worse than Vet's or double bar rifles. The Vet 3 rifles are actually outgunned in the north against 2 KCH squads. That's a bit too much.
Oh my god, look at the Stukas raining in the middle. One shell.
Very close to the Vet 2 sniper.
It's only, it's only a glancing blow.
On map, somewhere. It's gonna be on the Stukas, but I think they actually relocated way before that happened.
Vet 2 on this Shrek rifle by the cutoff kills a
Oh!
KCH.
I can see the MP44 flying around in the air, landing on the ground. Pick up the MP44, guys! What the hell?
Whoa, broken arrow!
Oh!
One rifleman goes down to
to friendly 105 Hauser shoot, yeah. Oh, map mine somewhere? I swear I heard a mine explosion, I just couldn't see it. There's a completely unupgraded bunker from Jim, and he's floating 225 munitions. He really needs to unlock some form of off-map. M3allem is moving out in force mostly, and especially the AT guns are, you know, proper prey for a firestorm or something.
Yeah, or maybe just Goliaths at this point, you know, I mean, you know, an unsuspecting Goliath will take out a Vet 3 rifle. That's game-changing right there.
Now the double bar Grens versus some and the KCH versus some unvetted rifles in the center. The rifles are gonna lose this battle any day. Nice mortar round, however, actually takes out one of the KCH guys, and it's very low health when the Vet 3 rifle squad appears in the center, and he's forced to retreat. But the middle VP yet again in Jim's favor now, down to 77 VPs for M3allem. This is not good.
Not good for who? I mean,
For
M3allem is the one who's raking in the veterancy right now, and he's the one who's running around with, you know, Vet 3 rifles toting Shreks and stuff like that. I'm just not entirely convinced that these KCH are able to be used cost effectively at this stage in the game when there's so many vetted rifles. I think, you know, if he's going to spam infantry, spamming Grens might be more cost effective for him. Especially if he went Terror for Zeal. He would just increase his infantry's effectiveness so much. Or you know, I mean, late game defensive isn't great, but you know, if he has that much munitions, like for the Fatherland spam to make him a bit stronger, you know, Vet 3 KCH with for the Fatherland, can you imagine how fucking strong they'd be?
God, yeah, they would almost be unstoppable. You need to counter them with some form of, you know, flamers or very highly vetted rifles. And M3allem do have some highly vetted rifle now being stunned by assault grenades from KCH. Oh!
He stunned his own KCH, so.
Oh no, Flamer doing massive amounts of damage to one of the KCH squads, forces them to retreat. Sniper now, dual snipers from M3allem again, opening up on the Grens. So get the best part of having the KCH is they don't get killed that quickly by snipers compared to Grenadiers.
That's true.
That's the only thing, really, though.
If he was gonna spam Grens, he'd need to do something about the snipers. He'd need to get a counter sniper.
Stuka opening up on the capping rifles, not really hitting anything.
One of them's Vet 3 now as well, and 3 snipers now. 3 US snipers.
Oh wow. They were all forced to retreat due to the KCH squad coming in from the right side. into the center. He's actually pursuing the snipers, or looking for them at least. But there's no one there.
Maybe he's just going to try and decoy the pack if he has a tank on the way, perhaps. What kind of manpower does Jim have? Is he just spending everything on reinforcing his army of KCH?
Yeah, it seems like so. He's not really rebuilding any units. He's got a lot of KCH. He's got 5 squads now, so that's basically all he's building. He's building new KCH squads when he can afford it, and then reinforcing them when they come back to base after losing men. And it's very expensive. He's down to 259 manpower income right now, even though he has a fairly large chunk of the map.
Very,
basically
very
like mega rifle blobbing versus mega KCH blobbing here. I don't know what's going on anymore. Nice grand grenade in the center. Only kills one guy. That was surprising. KCH now going after the
on
mortar.
Map 105. This time it's going down on the MG bunker that's covering. The southern VP now goes down, leaving the 105 howitzer with his first stripe of vet so far this game.
Those flamers are really pushing all the KCH away from Jim.
Yeah, vet 2 flamers.
The flamers are really nasty to that heroic armor. Both Stukas are still alive. 10 with 16 and 10 respectively. So 26 kills combined. That's pretty good.
Maybe it's time for a bit of a, bit of a change in tactic from m3allem. Maybe he should just use the mortar that he's got to lay smoke everywhere, and then build like 3 engineers and give them more flamers and have them run around in the smoke.
Oh no, that 3 rifles actually dropped one of their bars. They must have picked up a third one somewhere because there were still 2 men.
Triple vet.
Yeah, but now it's only 2 bars left, I think. There must have been a 3rd bar because he was down to 2 men when he retreated, and he still dropped one. So yeah, he must have picked up one from his other squad.
Oh, he does find another bar down south though, but it's an unvetted rifle, so they're not going to be much of a match for the KCH.
This kind of reminds me, Jim's playstyle here, going for mass KCH in the endgame must be some form of an influence from his 2v2 days. Well,
his play so far in the entire game has just reminded me very much of how a Bear player would play a 2v2 against, against WS, for example. It's much more common to see this kind of play in a 2v2. Mass vet grens, mass KCH. That kind of sort of broad metagame strategy is much more of a 2v2 strategy. But he's put it to great use here. With that really great tier early game. I know he could lose a vet 2 flamer here.
Oh, he's just sticking there. m3allem, what are you doing? They are vet 3 now. He needs to retreat those 3 infantry. 13, 14.
He wins.
Oh.
He wins the engagement.
Oh, the mortar gets decrewed by KCH and Stuka combined. And that flamer squad. Oh, one of the snipers to the Stuka. Oh yeah, I see a dead sniper. That was not the vet 3 one, however. He's still alive. You want to give him a name?
That flamer has no health.
No, quite literally. 1 pixel of health on my screen. Bar rifles moving on to the right side against KCH.
That Gren squad. I wonder if that was a conscious decision by m3allem or just him microing somewhere else.
I don't know.
Really fucking lucky.
He managed to win though against the dual bar Gren squad. Vet 3, that's very strong.
Stuka's coming down around the vet 3 engineer. Retreat! Retreat!
Run away! Oh, there he goes. He retreats. He's actually gonna save him.
God, vet 3 flamer. That's 150% damage on a flamethrower.
Ouch.
Oh, it looks like Jim's finally had enough of the snipers from m3allem, because m3allem's been running around uncloaked this entire game, because he's fairly sure that there's no possibility of a counter sniper, but he's going to be proved very, very wrong when he loses one of the snipers to a counter snipe, which is inevitably going to happen because he's just not cloaking them anymore. 27 VPs for m3allem now, although he's managed to get Jim triple capped.
Triple cap now, finally. That MG bunker was destroyed by on-map and off-map combined, and Jim actually rebuilt it now, so there is a new MG bunker covering that VP, but it's actually in the hands of m3allem right now. These Vet 2 barred rifles managed to take it before the bunker actually finished upgrading. More KCAs in the center versus bar rifles and 2 snipers though. Oh, let's see if Jim's sniper now moves over after they take a shot on the KCH.
Oh no, these Vet 2 rifles have got a very, very long retreat path. Long and
painful. Very, very painful.
Dear. He could lose it. The yellow cover is the only thing saving him, but he doesn't need to go.
Oh! Dual bar drop. The snipers are really opening up now. Oh, here comes the Stuka barrage on the Vet 3 bar rifles and the 2 snipers. He gets a kill here and there, but nothing special. The Ren squad actually drops one of his bars.
Well, this could be good. Hellcat comes in from the OMCG. Could use this to squish some KCH.
Ooh, that's gonna be extremely good, yeah. See if he can go for the squish here. Oh, he tried, but didn't manage to succeed.
Hellcats just suck so badly at squishing.
It's no M10, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
But it does destroy...
Oh, there's the first use of a doctrine that we've seen from Jim all
Yeah,
game.
he
First
unlocked
use of pop-
everything! He just unlocked the whole...
Look at the Vetri sniper, the Vetri sniper goes down!
Oh, no! That might be a turning point in this game if m3allem now also goes on to lose more highly vetted squads, which he really needs. That could be a nail in the coffin, because he's down to 27 VPs. He does have the VPs in his favors, 2 compared to 1, but losing that Vet3 sniper is very, very big. Ooh, Vet3 rifles actually get Stuka barraged, and they're forced to retreat. And I think that was an OMCG MG that went down to the bar Grenadiers. Oh, he's trying to squish his KCH with the M18! Oh, that's a nice squish! And Jim is forced to retreat after that. Bard versus bars up in the center. Gren's actually coming out on top.
No, top VP's getting ninjaed by some KCH.
Oh.
With only 27 VPs to go, and m3allem lacking field presence with the loss of his Vet rifles and snipers. I mean, he still has a Vet 3 rifle and 2 Vet 2 rifles, so he's not lacking veterancy, but it's just that he could have so much more.
Yeah, he has. Both players has lost a lot of squads, especially infantry, rifles, and grenadiers have gone down all over the place, and basically everything from Jim's tier 1 is dead a long time ago. Here comes the M18. He's now gonna go chase the Stukas. Nice shot there on a 25 kill Stuka. I'm not sure if Jim actually has
another Vet 3 rifle up in the north.
Nice.
It's only got 12 kills, but most of them have got to be KCH.
Oh, the Shrek kills him on retreat!
No.
Yeah, the Shrek just killed the KCH on
No.
retreat. That just doesn't happen.
Unbelievable.
What's up with Shrek sniping infantry and stuff?
Well, check out the Hellcat. He's just going like full.
Oh, the pack is
Oh, dear.
recrewed, but there's an off map instantly on it.
Oh,
Oh, and it instantly decrews it again. Here's the
KT
KT
is on the
though.
field.
Yeah, that Hellcat has now met its match. That's for sure.
He's gonna lose it here if he's not careful.
Here comes the KT. It is aiming at it. It's gonna get a shot off. Oh, destroyed engine. It's a sitting duck right now. Main gun destroyed. It still refuses to die even with a KT shooting at it, but it's gonna go down. There it goes. AT gun is desperately recruited from m3allem. He needs some form of AT now, since he had no need for AT for, you know, from mid-game and forward after the Panther died. They've just been laying around in the center, neither player recrewing them or destroying them. They've just been sitting there, basically. Vet 2 sniper forced to retreat after AT gun gets decrewed by KCH. He's most likely going to be able to run back to base. Wow, a little bit of a pathfinding issue there with the
18
decrewed
VPs
pack.
now for m3allem.
And Jim is
Getting
grabbing the
very,
center.
Very dicey.
Vet 3 rifles are trying to stop the Grants, but nice forced retreat from Jim there.
This KT's got his work cut out for him now. He's got to try and prevent the cap from these Vet 3 rifles.
Ooh, first shot just pushes them around. They are fairly bulletproof at Vet 3. You'd think that a KT could kill him though. The Shirk is still alive. Here comes a Stuka barrage. Oh, misses barely. AT gun is recruited, but instantly sniped by Jim's sniper.
That's his first shot.
More Stuka barrage now on the Vet 3 rifles. They're very damaged and down to
no!
1 man. He loses them. One of the Vet 3 bar rifle squads now down for m3allem. He's desperately trying to grab the middle VP. He just white seats, grabs the bar, and gets the hell out of there.
Vet 3 flamers.
Those are so
Oh
sexy.
no, they're gonna dive under the treads.
Oh no.
Oh, wow, long range KT snipes the AT gun.
One map on... I'm not sure. Oh, it's on the cutoff, it seems. There are still AT guns in the center to be recruited by m3allem if he needs them against the KT, but he only has 1 squad out there. And the sniper moving on to the center as well. Jim's sniper is moving around cloaked. The cutoff was bombarded by a 105 howitzer on map. Now the KT starts attack, moving all of the AT guns in the center, leaving m3allem with basically no AT. There's still one pack and 2 AT guns on his side of the center of the map, but he needs to recruit them if he's gonna combat this KT.
m3allem actually built himself an MG nest to cover the north VP.
Payback, revenge for the MG bunkers down on the south, on the east side. I'm not sure what just happened, but there was a forced retreat on the middle VP on his own KCH. That might have been a misclick.
Must have been a misclick. These Vent 3 rifles are getting very low health.
Oh, another Shrek
whoa.
snipe! Oh no, and he
Whoa.
loses them on retreat to the KT and drops the Shrek as well.
All the veterancy is suddenly going down here for m3allem.
But he just desperately needs it. Down to 5 VP, 4 VPs. Stuka Barrage going into to the center. The Flamer NGs are moving out against the Bard Grenadiers. On map on the KT to force it to move away. And there's the neutral at 4 VPs for m3allem. He's still hanging in there. Might be a sticky.
Go in for the Vent 2 rifles.
Nice long range sticky. Homing missile sticky.
Whoa, counter snipe!
Counter snipe! Vet 3 allied sniper for m3allem yet again. After losing his first one, here comes the...
Nice.
Oh, there's the force read. Prop war most likely gonna mean game, with the KCH in the north actually just being suppressed by the MG nest. And there's the GG from Jim, and m3allem drops.
Those KCH in the north weren't even being suppressed, they were just walking through the fire.
He was suppressed for a second, and then he just stood up again, while the MG nest was reloading. That was enough time for them to get unsuppressed. One
That's
reload.
what I'm talking about, like, Vet 3 infantry, they just walk through 30 cals.
Crazy, crazy. Insane game, I must say. It looked really, really good for Jim in the early game, and then m3allem did a massive comeback, and then the veterans he started rolling in. And even with Vet 3 infantry, he couldn't combat that until he had a massive amounts of KCH.
Yeah, I was amazed by m3allem's ability to get veterancy, despite being in a position where all he had was unvetted rifles, completely unvetted Vet 0 rifles, and managed to turn them into Vet 3 rifles against Vet 3 KCH and Vet 3 Grens. You know, only a guy with real skill can do that. So I got to give serious props to m3allem, even though he did eventually succumb to this massive infantry spam from Jim, which was a strategy that I just haven't really seen in 1v1 that often. I know Mags does a similar thing. Sometimes he goes for the same tier 1, tier 2, tier 4, and he does a lot of Gren spam and KCH spam, just pure infantry spam. But
it's something that you very often see more in 2v2s, I think. And, you know, Jim being a 2v2 player, it's nothing new for him. So, obviously, he's adapted to 1v1 play. It's very impressive. I like it.
It was very different, I gotta say. Very different.
Yeah. So, thanks, guys, for watching. And don't forget to tune in in the future for further content from the Frontline Network. And, yeah, we'll see you guys for next episode.
Yep, see you guys.